Welcome to Sports Talk in the Mancave. This is the wild card edition. Yeah, here we go.
Okay.
NFL going. But before we get to the wild card, we have to talk for the last week, hopefully, about the Cowboys and what do they need to improve for next year.
Well, first of all, obviously the head coach, and so far we haven't got our good news yet. They have not fired Jason Garrett, but hopefully sometime this coming week we'll get the news. But first of all, they need to get rid of the coach, and I think that's going to improve everything automatically, right off the bat.
And I would say that, plus we have to get rid of the coordinators, offensive, defensive, and special teams.
They're clean house.
I mean, clean house with them. If not,
Yeah. Head coach, OCDC.
No, I agree. They got to, because I think that the coach brings in the culture. There's a lot of players that, they just change the coach and they just go from 0 to 100. I remember big examples, the Rams. The Rams had Fisher. Goff struggled mightily. He wouldn't even play him that much. Mm-hmm. And then as soon as the new guy came in, they went pretty much from worst to first.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's like a big culture change. I think that's what we need because we're 9.5 years of mediocrity. Enough is enough.
Yeah, look, he's had more than enough time to try to change this whole team around, and he hasn't done it. So that he needs to go.
And I think Jerry Jones has to allow the coach to bring in the coaches.
that's
Because
something
they
we
can't have a head coach with things with a person's philosophy that doesn't match with his.
Yeah, what was that slogan of Bill Parcells? If I'm gonna cook the meal, you might as well let me go for the groceries, right?
Exactly.
So
exactly.
And it makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, also you did it again. Also, I think we need to bring in maybe. I was thinking about it, and I was thinking, Urban Meyer is a good name. He's an Eagle, but maybe I think my front runner would be Josh McDaniels. Because he's a protege of Bill Belichick. He already had one go around as a head coach.
Right.
I think he's gotten more experience out of it and more wisdom. His play calling is phenomenal. That guy year in and year out. If you look at Brady's stats under Josh McDaniels, they like really catapulted, the difference between him and having anybody else.
Yeah, that's true.
And Jones has to let the coach make a lot of decisions.
Yeah, and my fear is also that they bring in a college coach again, and I don't know if that's going to work.
I think the only college coach that will actually make a difference is Nick Saban. But obviously, I don't think that's going to happen.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, so Cowboys, but before we talk about the playoffs also, we need to talk about a dead man walking.
Dead
Man walking.
What I'm gonna say, I know you hate it, but it's true.
It's silly.
It's silly. Yeah, whatever.
It's silly.
Okay.
I don't even know what
Yeah,
you're going to say.
Kyle Kuzma.
Mm-hmm.
If he continues to agree with his people when they talk bad about the king, he's gonna be out of the Lakers before you even know it. And besides, they need another good player.
I agree with that. Look, his play this year has been very inconsistent. Mm-hmm. So when you're being inconsistent, you can't be talking trash about the king.
Yeah, no. And I get where you guys are coming from, but at the same time, he didn't practice the whole offseason. He's barely getting his legs back. He's had a couple of good games. He's been inconsistent, yes. But his salary is just so low. I think he makes like $1.3 million, and he's young. I don't think they're not going to trade him because of his salary. It's not worth it to a rising guy that has potential and has had really big games and is clutch.
I don't think the king agrees with you.
Well,
Yeah,
I don't think the king agrees.
I like
with you.
Kuzma. I like Kuzma.
I like Kuzma.
I think he has a lot. He has a lot of balls. Like he plays with balls, and he's not afraid of anybody.
Yeah, and he'll take that tough shot in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, he won't even let LeBron
but
shoot.
do you want somebody that's going to be breaking up your team?
Well, he's still young. Those are growing pains. I think that they'll figure it out. But
And it wasn't that bad.
But
It wasn't that bad.
Go ahead.
Go ahead. Say it.
Go ahead, say it.
Okay.
Kyle
You are-
Kuzma. What is
He
he?
took me out of it.
Kyle Kuzma.
No, you didn't. Kyle Kuzma. Dead man walking.
Alright.
We watched it down a little bit. But yeah.
That was more
All
of a...
right, Carlos, do you have a
Alright, my dead man walking. My dead man walking started off the year as the starting quarterback for the Denver Broncos, Joe Flacco. He got in a little drama after they took him out. He got in a little drama with his head coach, and he called out the coaching staff. And after that, he never started a game again. So he's already old, and to begin with, he was never really that much of a good quarterback. He's always had a good team around him.
Right.
So Joe Flacco, I believe his NFL days are behind him. His NFL starting days are behind him. Joe Flacco's my dead man walking.
the XFL? No, is it coming
He
back?
might be.
That'd be a good
Yeah.
idea for the Clemson guy. Just so that he won't lose any money. Go to the XFL for 1 year.
Okay, so who's your dead
Anyways,
man?
all right.
Man walking.
Go to mine. Okay, my dead man walking is he's the quarterback for the Cincinnati Bengals. They invested a lot in him. He's been there for I don't know how many years, maybe like what 10 years at least.
He's been there a lot.
About 10 years. Andy Dalton. They just clinched the worst record I think 2 games ago. You know the first pick is gonna be Burrow from
Joe
LSU,
Burrow.
John Burrow, whatever his name
Joe.
is. Yeah, Joe
Yeah,
Burrow.
Joe Burrow.
So Andy Dalton, you're my dead man walking.
Yeah.
Jargon? What's his name?
Jargon.
Jargon, that jargon
That's a
guy.
good-
That wasn't
man
jargon. No pun intended.
That's a good dead man walking. But what's gonna happen with him?
I think he's going to be a backup. I mean, somebody will give him a job. I mean, he's a good backup. I don't know if he's starting material.
Look, when they put him
He's a
in,
great
when
guy.
they put him in, they did a lot better this year than when he was on the bench.
Yeah.
So I think he could start for a team, definitely not over Joe Burrow, but he could start somewhere.
He can start somewhere.
Maybe the Giants, just to,
Maybe, yeah.
Oh, yeah,
That's a good-
maybe.
I mean, there's a lot of places where
There's
you
a lot
can
of bad
start this.
quarterbacks.
Yeah, there's a lot of bad quarterbacks.
So my dead man walking is actually a coach, and not the coach you're thinking of.
I'm
But
not
Jason
thinking of
Garrett again
Jason
for the
Garrett,
4th
dead
time.
man
he
walking.
needs to get retired here. Like a retired little mantle of the most dead man
He's done
walking.
so many
The most dead man
He
walking.
keeps on coming back.
I already saw this video.
No, we're talking Jim Harbaugh. He hasn't won, a bowl game, and he's been there. He's good, but he just hasn't done the job. So Jim Harbaugh is my dead man walking.
The main reason he's a dead man walking,
He hasn't beat Ohio State.
and that's the
You-
biggest thing for
you have to
Michigan
beat Ohio
people.
State.
Yeah.
If not, you're out.
And he's gone. He is gone. All right, so there's 4 games coming up.
4 games.
4 games on the wild card, and let's start with Buffalo at Houston. Buffalo plus 2.5, actually.
Look, I can't believe they're underdogs actually.
Yeah.
So I think they have a great defense. We just finished watching that video about their whole team, and they have a great defense. They're going up against an offense that is, they're all right. Deshaun Watson's is a good quarterback,
Yeah.
but I don't think the team around him is too good. So I think that they're gonna win the game.
All right, Charlie.
Well, no, I'm going to go with Houston. I'm going to go with Houston. Wait,
No,
it's a
yeah,
chair.
no, no.
It's a chair.
I know
Come
you,
on.
You scared me. Right
I'm gonna go with Houston.
You know that Mike picks up everything.
So
thought you were a little nervous.
I think their defense will pick up a little bit.
He's nervous. First time on camera.
Leave me alone, guys.
So you're going with Houston because their defense.
Their defense will get a little better.
So Houston
So-
is your what? No, I'm just playing.
JJ Watt is coming back.
They're my
JJ
JJ Watt's coming back, and I think he'll.
But
make
I don't
a
think he's gonna
difference.
play.
He's coming back. He'll play. He's gonna play.
A torn pec muscle, and you're gonna
But
come back.
that's been a while.
I mean, it's a torn pec
How
muscle.
long has
Torn.
it been?
The guy's tough.
He's out. He's been 6 weeks out.
She's been out
Is
a
that how
lot
long it
longer.
takes with a torn pec muscle?
It's gonna
He's,
take. It depends how
yeah,
bad it
he's
is,
probably
but
been out longer than
8
that.
weeks,
He's been
yeah.
out longer
Yeah,
than that.
something like that, yeah.
Yeah.
Anyways, go ahead.
Yeah.
So what? You're picking
We're going
Houston.
Houston. Okay.
Houston.
Okay.
Agree.
Houston. And I'm sorry. They're playing where?
They're playing at Houston.
Yeah,
At Houston. You know what? This is the first
Is it
time
a
Buffalo's
dome?
been in the playoffs. No, that's not a dome. That's Minnesota. This is the first time I think Buffalo's been in the playoffs for a long time. And, Houston got a little taste of it last year when they lost to the Patriots, narrowly. I'm going to take Houston. I think that Watson's going to make some plays and they're going to end up winning the game. I'm taking Houston.
Yeah, I'm gonna take. I'm taking Buffalo. I think it's gonna be a close game, and I think Buffalo's gonna pull it out at the end by some sort of miracle play or something. So I think Buffalo's gonna win that one.
I think it'll be a close game. I think it'll be a close
Me too.
Close.
Yeah. All right, next game: Tennessee plus 5 at New England. New England. Nobody expected New England.
I'm
be
going to go
playing
with Tennessee.
Tennessee.
I'm going to go with Tennessee. I really like what I saw this past week with their running game, passing game. I mean, they're doing very well. Their defense did well. And I'm just going to go with Tennessee. I don't think New England's got it.
I agree with you. I think Tannehill, since Tannehill took over, I think he's been the second best quarterback in the league. And then now that they have this running game with Derrick Henry. Derrick Henry last week looked great.
He
Yeah.
So these two guys, they're looking real good. I'm taking Tennessee over the Patriots.
All right. I like Tennessee, but there's no way I'm going to go against the Patriots, especially in the first round at home. What do the Patriots do the best? They take away what you do great. I think that the defense is that strong. They're going to take away what Tennessee does great, and they're going to outcoach them, and they're going to end up beating the Tennessee Titans.
So are they
I
gonna
thought
take
you were-
away? Are they gonna take away the run or the pass?
I think they're going to take away the run.
I think I would go for that too. But Tannehill can throw the ball.
Yeah, no, but they have what's his name, the cornerback over there, Guilford, or what's his name?
Gilmore, no?
Gilmore, and that guy's a lockdown corner.
So you're going on the past, on the history.
I'm taking on the pass, and I'm taking just because their strength is the defense, and they're playing at home, and I just see Bill Belichick and Josh McDaniels putting in some wrinkles and saving some stuff for the playoffs, and that's going to take them past the first round at least.
Some trick plays.
Something like that. Yeah.
They've been putting them in. They've been putting
They
them.
have.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Tennessee also because Vrabel is a coach for the Titans, right?
Didn't Vrabel play for
Yep, he played.
played in
he
coach.
played for
Advantage
Bill Belichick.
Titans, baby?
Yep,
Advantage
so
Titans.
The advantage goes to the Titans there because he knows Bill Belichick. He knows how to play that team, and I think whenever a coach that's played there plays them, they play them close.
Yeah, and I think they
That's
beat
true.
them. They beat them pretty good the first game, right?
I think it
Tennessee,
was.
they beat them. I can't see them beat them twice like that.
Yeah,
Maybe it's
gonna happen, man. Tennessee's gonna take this one.
You already hear 3 with Tennessee, Soul.
Yeah,
Daniel.
so New
So,
England.
All right, we'll meet again
Road
next
musician,
week.
Pats, there you go.
All right. Minnesota plus 7.5 at New Orleans.
Damn, plus 7.5.
Plus 7.5.
I guess they're not really confident with Cousins.
Apparently not.
No, it's gonna be a good game. I think Minnesota's loaded. I really do. I like their team a lot. I just think that the Saints are unbeatable at home, and in that dome is. I think that the
Well, look, the
crowd
Cowboys
noise-
beat them there last year.
Yeah, they did, but then I don't think they could do it again.
Oh, they will.
You know, it was just one game. They're not going to go undefeated at home. But I just think that home field advantage in the dome, it is going to be closer than I think. I think they'll cover the 7 points. But I think that the Saints are just better at home. That's all it is. I think at home is the deciding factor.
I'm taking the Saints.
I wanted to go with Minnesota just because,
Right.
you know, but I'm not going to go against the Saints.
Right. I'm going to go with Minnesota.
Okay.
I think that I don't know if they actually have the better team, but I know their defense is good, and I know Kirk Cousins is good enough to win that game, and so I think you're gonna see Drew Brees struggle a little bit in this game, and he's gonna struggle. They're gonna put a lot of pressure on him. They put pressure on him. He's going down, and I think that the Minnesota Vikings will take this.
Well, what I've noticed about the Saints, most of the time, when they start off slow and they're struggling, they don't make adjustments to come back hard in the second half. They struggle the whole game if they struggle at all.
Yeah.
If they come out hot, they're hot the whole game. If they come out struggling, they struggle the whole game.
Yeah.
So we'll
But
see
they
the
pull
first
out
half.
some of those as wins,
think
as
they
their
do.
yeah, because their record shows
I
it.
think
I mean,
against the Texans, they started off slow. I think the Texans was that one, the only game that I can remember. They started
yeah,
off
but
slow.
and they pull out some wins at that. So
Yeah, so I think Minnesota's gonna do it. I think that's.
So we
maybe
didn't
a little bit of
convince
an
you?
Upset.
okay.
No, you didn't convince me. I mean, I'm not even convinced of myself.
Kirk Cousins, first playoff win is it gonna be if he wins?
Is it gonna be his first?
I don't know.
So yeah, I can get no reason.
And then we're gonna have to have another conversation of Dak and Cousins.
Well, I don't know. One sitting at home right now.
And then last game, Philadelphia plus 1.5 only at Seattle.
Look, Seattle, they're really inconsistent. So you don't know what you're gonna get. So that 1.5 points, I think that's a pretty good spread
You
right
think
there.
that's a good spread?
And the Eagles, they're getting some people back,
yeah,
right?
get some people back.
So it's gonna be a good game. But I'm still taking Seattle.
I'm taking Seattle. I don't
Yeah.
believe in.
I'm going with the upset. I think that since Deshaun Jackson's coming back, they got now a threat to take it deep so that the tight end can get it open a little bit in the middle. And Seattle doesn't scare me. They don't have any players that I see like, oh, you know what, this guy's a game breaker. It's all on Russell Wilson. So
Their offense looked
yeah,
terrible.
Yeah, there he does. So I think the only thing they have going for them is the home field advantage and Russell Wilson. Other than that, I think the Cowboys, the Eagles are going to upset them. I think the Eagles-
I think it's going to be difficult for the Eagles. You know, the Eagles, they're not scoring that much. They're not
But
doing
look, they're
that
getting.
much.
If Deshaun
So-
Jackson is healthy like he was at the beginning of the season, he's gonna make a difference. He'll spread the field like crazy. But that's if he's healthy. I don't know if he's 100%. I don't know how he's at.
Yeah.
So, Seahawks.
So Seahawks. Yeah, I think I'm going Seahawks also. They're just a better team. Philadelphia does have a lot of injuries still, and so it's going to be
Philadelphia's-
tough. And no matter if they're getting one player back, I think they still have too many out.
Yeah.
And I think that's going to hurt them at the end. I mean, they were good enough to win.
That's
the
what makes it
division.
more upset that they beat the Cowboys. More upsetting that they beat the Cowboys
Yeah,
because of all the injuries they had, and we still couldn't win.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's coaching. Yep. Well, that's it. Just 4 games, man.
That's it.
That's it. Jeez. But we still need to do the segment that I do the best in.
You still have a
Which is-
mistake?
No.
No, hey, no,
Oh, you
I'm
broke it
like
away.
at 1.5.
One. No,
I
he
thought
got
you were
one.
perfect. You
No,
were
he's-
perfect.
he's
All
at
of them
one.
lost.
He won one.
Okay.
I got one and then half of this last one. But anyway, book it. It's time to book it. Carlos, do you got a book it?
I lost last week. Second time I lose.
Oh, so sad. Man. I'm sorry.
This week, my bucket is the Buffalo Bills. They were what, 2-point underdogs right now?
2.5, yeah.
2.5-point underdogs right now, and I actually picked them to win because I think they have the better team. So my bucket is the Buffalo Bills. Book it.
Nice. All right.
And I'm gonna take.
The
Who should I
Spurs-
take? The Spurs
too.
over.
Okay.
Tennessee Titans. Tennessee Titans are gonna win this game. Book it.
Okay. All right. Okay, for me, I'm gonna
I
take.
like it.
I just talked about it earlier. Look for me to go on 2 in a row. I hit my bucket last week. Look for me to keep going on that momentum. And the Eagles will be their 1.5-point dogs. Look for them to come and upset the Seattle Seahawks. Let me see. Book it.
Oh,
The other gun no estaba cargada.
No, that's
It was
not
only
fire.
one
That's not
bucket.
fire.
One.
Okay,
Tomorrow,
just
if
one.
I hit
Okay.
2 in a row,
Who was your bucket last week?
Atlanta.
Atlanta.
Oh, nice. All right. So my bucket, Jerry Sanchez, you're going to like this one.
Oh.
Minnesota is, I picked them to win, but I know they're at least going to cover. So they're going to cover.
So he's
Ah,
gonna
you're
like it.
keeping
They
it
cover.
safe. So you're keeping it
They will
safe.
play better.
He's not gonna like it. They cover and lose.
They will maybe play better this week. No, I'm going to cover. Okay, you know what? Minnesota
So what are they?
Outright win this game. Book it.
I bet you he's not too happy you picked him right now.
I know. Sorry, dude. All right, guys. Well, it's a new year, and we're gonna have a great new year. And what's in store for this year, man? What are we gonna
More
be doing?
investing videos. Start keeping up with those. We're uploading weekly.
Yes, we're gonna definitely more weekly
I'm gonna
videos.
do a health and fitness one. No, I'm kidding.
My journey.
Every morning, his little snap to the gym.
10 minutes of
Here I
self.
go.
Went to the gym.
I'm
Just driving by. You're driving by the gym. Hey, Jim. All right, man. Thank you so much for watching. Like and subscribe, and we'll see you next time. Thanks.
See ya.